Welcome. What we're going to go over now is our 3 digital tools that I built specifically for my detailing business, and now I'm just going to give you guys for free because I want you guys to get a ton of value from this. So the first thing we're going to go over is the Detail Flow CRM. Then we're going to go over the profit per detail. And then we are going to go over the CVP monthly analysis. Okay, so the first thing I want you guys to understand is that you need to go into the school community. You need to click under each one. So in this instance, let's say you go under the Detail Flow CRM tab in the community. And then you're going to, it probably wouldn't be called the community, would it? That's okay. So you're going to go under the Detail Flow CRM tab, and then you'll see that blue link there. You just click the blue link, you download it, and then you'll see what I'm about to pull up here. It won't have all the names in it and all that stuff, but you'll see it. Wow, it's slow. We're back. Okay, so you will see just the Detail Flow CRM. You're not going to see the October example or all these names, okay? But you're not going to be able to put anything in it, okay? You have to make a copy of it, and then you can just name it Detail CRM November, and then the next one December, and things like that, right? Okay, so as far as the Detail Flow goes, the CRM, we have 4 tabs. So we have new leads, follow-ups, book jobs, and summary. And you have all of these sub-headlines or whatever you want to call them here. One thing I want you to see here is that my pending notes are on this side and my booked notes are on this side. That just gives me a visual cue of how well I'm doing. It just gives me a real quick kind of ratio of how many booked versus pending I have going on for the month. You should not have many pending, but if you do, that's okay. We got things that we can fix that, right? Okay, so let's see what to go over here. The date that you called them or they called you or DM'd, you get the point. You're going to put date added, and then their follow-up date you're going to put here. On the follow-up date for my booked, I put their booked date, okay? It's just what makes sense. You can put this date here if you want. I've done that before. It's just whatever's more comfortable for you. The detail, so S&P, my Shine and Protect package, and then their vehicle. I don't feel like I need to run this over with you too much, but Diddy Cream. So the follow-ups, what you're going to understand here is your follow-up should not be near as lengthy as what you might think. The people that reach out to you, if you got 5 people DMing you, and then let's say all 5 go after it and they're like, hey, I want to do it, you shouldn't have 3 of them that you have to follow up with, right? At least I would say 4 of them are going to go ahead and book. So your booked jobs should always be higher than your follow-ups. Now, once you get into the follow-ups of like, hey, I have so-and-so from January, and now at 6 months later, I'm going to go ahead and put them in my follow-ups list onto this month. You need to put that into the notes category, okay? But as far as the people that reach out to you this month, you should be getting way more that book with you than you're having to follow up with, okay? A lot of times they'll just kind of end up dead ends. Just reach out to them probably 3 to 4 more times throughout this month, and you know, if they stop texting you, then just cut the ties. So, but anyway, now we can move into book jobs. Is there anything else? No, I mean status. I just pending, didn't book, pending, ghosted me. You get it. So booked. Sometimes they change what they want, but yeah. So now, as far as the book jobs go, this is where it actually gets kind of fun. Let's cover this first, though. The deposit. It is my very strong belief that you have to put in deposits. I've been doing it for a long time now, and I have a very low cancellation rate because of it. Like, we're talking like 1% or less cancellation rate. So for every 100 people that book with me, there might be one of them that cancel. And the other thing is that they do not get their money back. Okay, so which we'll talk about in a second. So this goes straight into this. So your deposit is included in this rate, okay? So let's say, for instance, this ZR2 from Mr. Rogers here is a starting rate of $425. Now let's say he gives it to me and it's jacked up, okay? And we need to do a $550. I wouldn't just upcharge him that much. I'd upcharge him a lot more. But let's say it's worse than what we thought. We're going to upcharge him $550. Let's say this minivan she's saying is just thrashed. And then we're like, oh, we get it. And we're just like, that's not that bad. So we're going to go down for her to let's say $525. If you want to know how to retain people, that's how you do it. Okay? You tell them, hey, we were going to do $625 or whatever. It's actually not near as bad as what I was thinking. So we're going to go ahead and take off like $100 of that or whatever. So, people absolutely love that, and they will stick with you forever, especially if you do an amazing job. So you do this here, and let's say another person cancels, right? So all these that you're going to start with, as soon as you put them in the system and they give you the deposit, you're going to put in whatever their starting price is for their car, or whatever the both of you agreed on, right? And then when you get the car, if you have to adjust the price, then you're going to come in here and put the adjusted price in after payment. So then you'll adjust that, like we did here with the ZR2. All right, so let's say that someone canceled, okay, which equals the deposit here. If they canceled, guess what? That's mine. You don't get that back. I don't say it that violently, but you get it. So $50. So that $50 or that, Explorer, so like let's say that $400 turned into $50, but it's still $50 and I didn't have to do anything. And you just tell them, hey, I gotta have that deposit. I have to keep it because if someone cancels, I need people to have skin in the game because they can't be canceling on me. I have to book my days, right? And now I have the 21st that's free that I have to book super quick. So anyway, that's how you get that done. Now, this is where it gets cool. You can highlight it, and it shows you right here your sum. So your total for the month, or for so far in the month, is $3,225. The best part is your average is $358. It shows you your minimum and your maximum detail, so $50 and $550. So in this fake October month here, so $358 is our average, and we need that, and I'll show you why. Now, this is the summary. All of this automatically gets kicked out. So for you don't have to plug any of this in. It just kicks it right out. So we had 30 total leads in this imaginary month of October, and then we had 4 that we scheduled for follow-ups, and our booked jobs was 9, and we had 69% conversion rate, which is pretty good. I usually stay around that 60 to 70% mark. The one thing to know why this is so important is because if you change anything in your business at all, you can look at this conversion rate over time and see, did that change? I changed my pictures. I changed my videos. I changed my copy. I changed you get the point. Did me changing my sales script or my DM script change my conversion rate? If it did it go up, or did it go down, or did it stay the same? Okay. So that allows you to see. And if you are going to test those things, test them at least for a month. And that's a busy month too. Like you really want to test it over at least 60 people, if not 100. So anyway, our average was $358. Awesome. So now that we're done with the Detail Flow CRM, we are going to go next into the profit per detail analysis. Let's see how fast this comes up. Not too bad. All right, so we're going to go into the profit per detail analysis. We're going to go here. We're going to go ahead and click in our $358 price charge per detail. So this is literally just your average. Okay, so your average price per detail. These are, if you're wondering, these are all of the products that I use, the chemicals that I use for my Shine and Protect package. So my normal package that is not normal in the marketplace. So anyway, and yours shouldn't be either after this. So Dark Fury, let's go over this real quick. So Dark Fury, I'm going to tell you something really cool in a minute. So just stay with me. This isn't supposed to be fun and cool. This is stuff that you're actually going to use in your business and that it works, okay? It's supposed to be cool, but it's not supposed to be like super fun. But I enjoy it. So anyway, Dark Fury. I buy the gallon, which is 128 ounces. Let's not make this more expensive or more complicated than it has to be, okay? Just stay with me. It's $30, $29.99 for the gallon. I use it as at a 4-to-1 ratio, okay? So that's 4 parts of water and 1 part of solution, 1 part of Dark Fury. And we put them together, what does that equal? 5 gallons, okay? So 5 gallons is 640 ounces. Now, when we take 640 ounces, this is usable product, this is ready-to-use product, and we divide it by $30, we get 4 cents a gallon, or an ounce. So 4 cents per 1 ready-to-use ounce, okay? Now, I personally, roundabout, use a 32-ounce bottle of ready-to-use solution of Dark Fury. I just pointed with my finger, and that's okay. So 32 ounces I use usually per detail. If it's a bad truck, I'm going to use double, and that's okay. So 32 ounces of it, that means I use $1.49 or $1.50 per detail. Okay, so I spend $1.50 per detail on Dark Fury. Okay, now, and then this, you just do this for all of your stuff. Okay, now here's one of the cool things about this. Now, I put in 2 things here that I would never use together. I'm never going to use it wax and then also put on a ceramic spray. So I want to show you something. You can put in all of your products here, okay? Just make sure that you put in everything that you're going to use on your lowest detail, and then your what I do in this is I put in my paint correction stuff. So I'm going to put in all my polishes and things like that, my panel wipe and all that stuff. I'm going to put all that here, and then after that I'm going to put in all the stuff that I use on my ceramic coating jobs. Now, when you don't use those, you can just highlight them and then delete them. So for instance, let's say this woman wants to spray wax, so she just wants the wax and she don't want the ceramic spray upcharger add-on or whatever, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight it, like I was just telling you. We're going to, excuse me, I might have to blurt that out. Okay, so we're going to highlight it, and then we're going to watch this right here. Okay, so right now it's $13.59, and as soon as we exit that out, blink, it goes down to $12.47 per detail that's our cost. So what this does is we have a $358 average per detail for the month of October in this instance. We are paying $12.47 in cost to do the detail, which gives us a $345.52 profit per detail on average. This is a 96% profit margin. I used to use like all the best stuff. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't think I will, but I don't want to say names, but all the big names, right? And then I started using superior products, and I'm not joking. Just try them out. These 3 right here. Just try Dark Fury, Road Warrior, and Pink Perfection. I use this as at a 20-to-1 ratio inside like interiors, right? And then Dark Fury I use for bugs, rubber mats. So, you get it. Mats on the inside. And then really anything exterior that needs it really, really bad. So like beds and things like that. Obviously, you got the fender wells, the wheels, the tires, all that stuff. Obviously, I use it on that. And then I use it on the undercarriage along with Road Warrior. Road Warrior, I usually just put like a few ounces into, usually I use 4 ounces for the whole detail of Road Warrior. And then that's, this is like a car soap, okay, and so is Pink Perfection. You can put Pink Perfection in your foam cannon. So anyway, just use those 3. And Absolute is very easy, or very cheap and easy to use as well. So anyway, just use those 3 and you'll be like, oh my God, what have I been using? So anyway, those were a lot cheaper. This used to be at a 70% profit margin. All I did was I changed what I bought and used chemical wise, and I completely changed how much I was taking home from each detail. And around that same time, I increased my price as well, which it was just insane. It just felt so crazy to me. And because I was doing better jobs and my perceived likelihood of achievement was higher, I was getting bigger detail, or bigger tips and things like that. None of this really matters with this, but that's okay. So we can actually put that back in. I'm not going to. It's fine. So our profit margin is 96. I literally have a 97% profit margin right now, and it's way better than a 70%. So yes, so these are the things that you can use as far as that goes, and then we'll pull this up. So this is a CVP. This is next in line. This is what you're going to use last. Or first, because instead of monthly analysis, this can actually be like a monthly goal. That's what I use it for. So let's say you put in your fixed costs. So this is insurance, car payments, taxes, CRM if you're not using mine, which like I said is fine. But yeah, so I just put $150 here. Then $12.47. Let's put that right here. So we'll put $12.47. And then right here, we're going to put $358 unit price. I tell you what, I'm going to make this easier for you guys. Average detail price. And then unit increments. Okay, so 358. Remember, that's just there. Unit increments. This is just how many details sold. Okay. So it's super easy. If you just, let's say for some reason you get over 23 details, you can just do 2, and then it goes by 2. So anyway, I really want to show y'all like a very, why is that red? Oh, it's just because, okay, gotcha. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so your break even point here is 0 because you don't even care about the break even point. That's just all your total fixed costs are going to be right here before you do anything, and it's just going to subtract it from it. But hopefully you're not going to be doing anything for $150 anymore. If you are, that's okay. It's okay. If you get in like a one-on-one mentorship with me, I might actually tell you to do that if you haven't been doing it for very long. You might just talk with me and kind of let me know where you're at, and I can help you with that sort of thing. So let's see here. So sales, it's going to be adding $358 per sale, which makes sense, right? So let's get that off. Now, in this instance here, I don't remember, here, I'll just go back. But I don't remember. I think we were at 9. Is that right? We were at 9 total details. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to go to booked jobs. That scared me. So we were at 9 with Diddy Cream at the last. So what we're going to do here is we're going to show 9. Okay, now watch this. I want to show you how fast this can go up. Okay, but first, your sales here, what we're looking at is we grossed $3,222. Okay, our total cost. So $12.47 or whatever it was gets taken out of every single one, and we're left with $262 that we're having like total expenses that we're having to pay out, and then we're profiting $2,960 out of this. So yeah, Now, let's say you get one more detail, okay? So let's say you get a 10th detail for a ceramic coating and let's say a one-step polish, okay? And let's say you charge $2,000 for it. What we're going to do here, since I don't want to go back in here and do it, is you can just add in one detail for the $2,000 and you're going to divide it by 10, which is going to give you $200 that is added on every single detail as an average, okay? Now, what that means is if we move this right here, we're just going to add that to our $358, which is going to give us $558, okay? Now, if we change this into $558, watch this number right here to here, because this is where we were, this is where we're going to be since we added another detail. We went from $3,200 to $5,580, okay? So now remember, this is going to change a little bit because your cost on that detail is going to be more because of the polish that you used and the ceramic coating that you used, right? So you can add like an extra $100 or whatever, $150 on top of this for that, which will change this. So we'll say that you went from whatever it was, like $3,000 to $5,100 just by doing one more detail. And so that's where you can use this to really hone in how much of a difference things are going to use. And just think if you added just one more ceramic coating. So yeah, so those are the things that you were able to do with these, with the CRM, with the profit per detail and the CVP here. And remember as well with this, you can go in and make it a goal as well, which is, like I said, what I do. If you just stay here, but you're like, hey, I just want to add another few more details. So let's say I want to do 14 next month. I'll be making $7,800 and I'll bring home $7,400 or whatever. So it's pretty cool to use. But anyway, that is how to use all that. I did want to make this kind of more of a lengthy one. So if you have any questions, you can just kind of like go back to the video and look at it. But yeah, I don't think I forgot anything. Just make sure that if you are utilizing these things, just come back to the video if you have any questions. All right, see you. Thank you.